Okay, so I guess I am live. Running late, not that late, but a little late because my husband went to Little Caesars, big day out. And the Little Caesars he went to is not close by. It's not far, but it's in the hood basically. Let me just be real honest. And you can see Tamale is back there. Chalupa is eating, had a fit, wall-eyed fit when Tamale and I walked by, because that's what he does. That's exactly what he does. He gets really possessive when he's eating. I don't know if you have a dog that does that, but he just loses it if you walk by and just freaks like I'm going to take his food from him, which I never have. Hey, darling. Hey, Monica. So anywho, I've kind of pulled up what I was going to talk about because I don't remember, because I have no excuse other than I don't remember. Chalupa is a diva. He is such a diva. Such a diva. Oh. But I do have the palettes that I have received since Boxycharm. Now, Monica does know my Boxycharm woes. Hey, Victoria. Oh, thank you. Oh, gosh, see, like right now when I'm looking at it, it doesn't look very pigmented to me. I just feel like it looks all washed out. But then I don't have the little backdrop thing behind me because it changes when I put that behind me. Who knows why? It just does. So anyhow, but Monica knows my Boxycharm woes. Monica, she and I, this is what we do all day long. Are you ready? Me sending a voice clip to Monica, blah, 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 blah. I mean, talking just absolutely nonsense. I mean, nothing that is like earth shattering. I think we just basically tell each other our thoughts throughout our day so that, I don't know, maybe we're not just talking to ourselves or talking to our dogs or something. But yeah, she and I just sit there all day long, just babbling. I mean, just babbling about whatever comes to mind. She's a great gal. I'm so glad that I met her. Hey, Renee. Okay, let's see. Oh my God, my messenger is all your voice clips too. That's all it is. It's just Monica and I going back and forth, just being girls, just talking nonsense. That's what we're doing. So Boxycharm. Well, okay, let me see if let me give you the history of Alonda and beauty boxes, because I got this brilliant idea. It just came to my head, because the thing is that I don't have a ring light, but I think actually sometimes, because when I record my videos, I do it through Zoom. The lighting looks different in Zoom. It looks different if I record it with Camtasia. It looks different if I record it in Wondershare. And now I am on StreamYard, and it looks different too. So, I mean, it's like, I don't know, software, who knows? Anywho, so here's my thing with the whole boxes, because you may or may not have heard me tell the story, but I'll tell it again. Back when I was making a lot of money as an instructional designer, but then had cancer, went through the breast cancer thing, and I come back and I'm laid off. And around that time is when, I become a Beachbody Hunbot. I really didn't want to work for corporate America, because I had just had that, just with everything that I went through while I went through breast cancer. And so while I thought I was building a business, I thought I would have this massive team, because at the time I thought that it looked cool. I mean, it looked like, oh, I want to be one of those girls. I just wanted to walk across the stage. I wanted to have the freedom to do my own thing. All of that stuff they tell you you're going to have. That's what I wanted. And so one of the things that I did was I didn't buy a lot of stuff like makeup. So my makeup is like severely old, like super, 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 like embarrassingly old. So I decided, you know what? I've seen all these boxes, and I started, yeah, we are Success Club partners now. I decided, well, you know what? There's all these boxes. I started watching, people unbox stuff. And I was like, well, that's kind of cool, because as much as, and I'm planning, because Monica has talked me into getting a Jeffree Star palette, and I haven't done that yet because, hashtag coronavirus and all that shit. But I will, because I think, his palettes look amazing, and it looks like they really blend easy. And I really want to try some of his makeup, because I just think it's just the bomb. That's just me. But I thought, you know what? If I get some of these boxes, I can get palettes. And so I was like, cool. Well, the first box that I got was from Morphe, and it was some kind of mystery box, like for your eyes. And the colors in this are literally the colors that I can't wear. So I'm like, WTF, what the heck am I going to do with this? And I guess about a week later, my husband's friend, Jenny, was in town. And so we were going to go see her, and her sister was going to be there. Her sister, if you have seen my video where I did basically a shout out for Venus Hair, her sister is the one that works at Venus Hair, and her name's Becky. And I can get you a deal. If you're in Houston, I can get you, not right now during coronavirus, but afterwards, I can get you like $15 off to get a haircut. Anyway, Venus Hair is this really cool shop. It's in the Heights. And so she was there. And so I took the palette with me, and I'm like, as soon as I saw Becky in person, I'm like, oh, this will work for her coloring. And so I gave it to her, because literally it would have just sat in my drawer, and I never would have put it on because it would look like crap on me. So why would you do that? So that was basically a big old waste. I'll probably, next time I see her, will give her whatever the lip glosses I got, because the lip glosses looked more rose than what they actually are. They're much more like red orange kind of look, and I'm like, that just ain't gonna work for me. So that was like, ugh. Then let's see, what else did I get? Okay, I tried, I don't know if you've used this before. What the heck is it called? Scentbird, where you get like little bits of perfume. And I like that idea, because I'm like, okay, I can try some different things. But the thing is I forget to put on scent like every single day. I never do it every single day because I just forget. And so I did it for 2 months, and I'm like, okay, 2 months is fine. But I just couldn't like keep doing that. And then hashtag, coronavirus, all of this said. And so like all of these boxes I was getting, which I'm still planning on doing a giveaway for my patrons, and still planning on giving a giveaway, doing a giveaway for, here on my channel at some point. But like with coronavirus going on and everything, it's like, I had to like stop a lot of the boxes. But oh yeah, Bloodlust does look pretty. It really does. But I also tried, and I would recommend this, but then I had a problem with it. I got Splendies. I don't know if you've ever heard of Splendies. Splendies is underwear. Well, yesterday, okay, this is me being so completely truthful. So I did laundry the other day, which I washed my underwear. Aren't you proud of me? I'm a big girl. I washed my underwear. So anyway, usually at night I take a bath, and my husband comes and chats with me, and we just like chat about whatever. And so I was putting on the underwear that I got with Splendies that I think I had washed one other time, enormous hole in it. And it's like, it's not like the underwear got wrapped around anything, And I'm like, how is it that this is falling apart like with the second washing? I just thought that's just annoying. I like the idea that like underwear can arrive and I can be like, oh, I can get some more underwear, because, a lot of my underwear is falling apart. I'll be honest. It's literally, I'm talking like huge things like ripping apart. So I wore them anyway with the hole, and it's a hole in a place you really don't want a hole in your underwear. But I'm like, you know what? I don't care right now. I'm just wearing it. Then I'm going to have to throw them away. But that's kind of a waste of money, don't you think? To get like 2 wears out of underwear and to get holes in the crotch. That's just impractical as far as I'm concerned. Let's see, what else did I try? Allure. I like the Allure box. Okay. I think it's pretty cute. And the thing that bugs me though, is like when you join, they'll be like, oh, you get this free gift. And this free gift looks like it's enormous. Well, it ends up being, like this big or something. Seriously, it was dinky. I haven't even used it. So I'm like, okay, well, it is what it is. I guess they're just making it look all fancy and all that stuff. So whatever. And then let's see, I did get Ipsy. And I didn't get the glam back. I just got the one where you get mostly samples, and it was okay at best. And I got some older ones because there was a Betty Boop, and my mom loved Betty Boop. So, I had to get the Betty Boop bag just because mom. But then I also was getting the box. Oh, I know the other one that I got, Notorious. What was it? The Vanishing Medicine Cabinet. And I thought it was cool because it was different. And I got 2 eyeshadows, again, that are both like this flippin' big. But these eyeshadows are not pressed. They're loose. And, controlling that to put on your eye isn't easy. Back in the day, what was Bare Minerals? I used to have a bunch of those, but I used very neutral tones. But what I got with the Vanishing Notorious Cabinet, whatever it is, I just called it, it was a deep plum and then a sparkly green. So that stuff is just going to fly everywhere. And, it's not my thing. There was a lip gloss that I got. I don't like the scent of it, but I'll wear it. And there was some kind of like perfumey oil thing I got in there too. And I'm like, okay, and it was a little bit, I'm like, it didn't impress me. That don't impress me much. It just didn't do anything for me. So I will never get that one again. And I got it because one of my subscribers had told me that they love the box. And I'm like, oh, I want to try it. What I do like though is the clothes. Like there's some really cute t-shirts and stuff like that. You see Chalupa back there. What are you doing, child? Being a diva, as Monica always says. Anyway, oh, I think he got a toy. Yeah, he's all proud. He's got a toy. Anyway, let's see. So then I got the Boxycharm. So I started Boxycharm with just, the base box, because that's what you got to start with is the base box. And I think I got a couple of, I did. I got a couple of past boxes. And, when you do Boxycharm, you do a quiz so they can know what you want. And I want more makeup than I do skincare. I mean, skincare is great. I mean, we all need to take care of our skin, right? But, I was really looking at doing these boxes as a way to get new products so that I didn't have this 10-year-old eyeshadow that I stick on my eye on occasion, So those boxes, they were okay. And one of them, the blush that I got, is completely the wrong color for me. It's like, again, are you not looking at the results of the quiz? Because these are the colors I can't wear. I have a blue-red undertone, more pink. So if I get anything that's too peachy, it just looks like ass on me. That's the bottom line. It looks terrible. And so I'm not going to wear something that, looks like crap on me. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll give it away. That's kind of like when I came up with doing a giveaway, because otherwise the stuff is going to just sit in a drawer. Because I don't really see people, I work from home, hashtag not MLM. And, it's like, I am such an introvert. Monica knows this about me. I would rather just stay at home and just not interact, out there in the world. It's like, I'm good. I'll just stay in my maybe half-mile radius. If I have to go further than 2 miles, it's just too far for me. I just really want to stay in my own little bubble. I've gotten more and more like that. So anyway, I did get some palettes, and I'm going to share these palettes with you. And I'm going to tell you what I think about them too, because of course I have an opinion. Okay, the first palette I got, and you're probably not going to be able to see all the colors. And they're not bad colors. I'm not saying they're bad colors, but I will tell you an issue that I do have. Okay, I'm trying to hold this up. I don't know if you can see all of them. And they're not going to be the right colors. Okay. So most of the colors in here that I noticed, this is an issue that I've had with makeup my entire life, given the fact that I have a blue-red undertone. When you go and get foundation, usually it has a more yellow, a golden undertone. Very few, and then I glow in the dark. Very few have anything that actually will, work for my skin tone. Well, so when I look at this, there's a bunch of warm colors. Let me take that thing off. A bunch of warm colors. And warm colors aren't bad, but when you're someone like me, there's a lot of them that you can't really wear. You know, I mean, you just can't, like, especially something that's like super, super gold, super, super like really yellow and sparkly. That just looks like crap on me. And I know it. I mean, crap. Now I can't get this off. So like, oh, if I can see. I can't even tell which ones right now, but I'm just going to tell you guys, a lot of these I can't really wear. And it's nice and neutral. And I like that because honestly, and I was talking to Monica about this earlier, about all the palettes. I swear to God, it's like every time you fart, there's a new palette. Somebody's coming out with a new palette right now during coronavirus. They're not really, and I have other thoughts and opinions on all of that. But so many of the colors that come out, it's like they're not practical for the regular person, you know? I mean, it's one thing if you're doing makeup for the runway. It's one thing if you are doing, you know, fantasy makeup. But most people, most women are putting on makeup to live a quote unquote normal life, just go through life. You know, they're not trying to do super glam anything. So there's all these wild, bizarre, shocking colors, which look fabulous if you are like modeling for something. If you're, like I said, the fantasy, like whatever looks fabulous for that, but they're just not practical for most women, you know, my opinion, because it's like, how in the hell am I going to wear, you know, this shocking purple and, you know, shocking green and all, you know, all of this, which could look really cool, but it's really hard to pull off. Unless, you know, you just basically want to look like a hooker when you go outside. I mean, I'm just going to say it because, you know, come on, when you get like a rainbow all on your eyes, most people aren't going to be able to wear that. Maybe if you go out to a club or something, it works. But again, that's nighttime. It's not practical everyday type stuff for the most part. The most boring makeup. Neutral. There's nothing wrong with neutral tones. There's not, and you can still pop in some color, but you know, I mean, let's get real. We know all of these shocking colors I'm talking about, which brings me to another palette. Okay, so I do like this one, but again, this is the Hello Charmer palette. A lot of the colors. Okay, this one, where is it? Where can I get? Where is it? I'm trying to get to that one. That one. I love, love, love that one. And see, this is not doing it justice. A lot of the colors are warm, and they're colors that I just can't wear no matter what. And another issue I have, okay, y'all are just getting my thoughts about how makeup is going on. Okay, and Monica has heard me say this. Okay, back in the day, because I'm long in the tooth. When it came to makeup, there would be eye makeup that would come out like in the fall and then maybe the spring and the summer, like a few times a year. And that's it. And there'd be like little quads from like, say, Prescriptives, Estee Lauder, Lancome, Borghese, you know, just anywhere like I'm just thinking of department store makeup because again, I'm long in the tooth. So, you know, I'm talking about many years ago, probably before your time. But anyway, you know, they came out a few times in the year and that's it. And now literally every time you fart, somebody else has another palette. And it's like, how many palettes does a single person need? And I've seen it when people who do beauty YouTube stuff, when they do these declutterings. And I've seen that they have, I mean, it looks like hundreds of palettes. It's impractical. I mean, you don't need that much makeup. Drives me nuts. I know you remember the makeup like that, right, Monica? Yeah. So what bothers me about these is how they're set up because, you know, I know color theory, but still sometimes when I look at this stuff, I'm like, well, what should I put with what? And you don't even have a guide of what goes with what or like for the looks, which bugs me. It just bugs me because there's just so much to choose from. And so that bugs me. All right. So then the next palette I got, this is because I got I think this was in the Luxie and it was Fenty. And I get Fenty is for darker skins than me because, again, I glow in the dark. A lot of these are, again, warm. And if you have a darker skin tone, they're going to look amazing on. They're just not going to look amazing for me. And there's some that I can wear that I really do like. I mean, they're pretty, but again, it's like, okay, what should go with what and how? And there's just like, it's just, I mean, my gosh, there's just so much to look at. I'm like, okay, I don't even know where to start. I get overwhelmed, I guess, with the choices. It just is like, okay, can we just make it simple? Can we just make it simple? And then this month, Monica heard this story. She like walked me through everything with it because I was hot. So I now get the base box and I get the premium. I was really excited about the premium because there was a possibility. There was 3 palettes you could get, or you could get what I got, which I'm not excited about. And it's a mask. Nothing wrong with masks, but on my little quiz thing, I'm like, I want makeup. And I get this. So I guess I'm on their shit list, you know? I guess I'm just not going to get anything good. And in this base box, oh, they also sent me more brushes. I just got brushes last month. Plus then when the premium finally arrived, I've got brushes in there. How many brushes do you need? Because I have a container that's filled with probably at least 50 different brushes. So I'm like, well, that's, okay, yay. What else did I get? I got the one thing that I did ask for, and I don't have the color. I'm sorry. It's in my bathroom. But I got a blush, and it's the color that I wanted. They actually gave me the color that I wanted. And I got the Wanderlust mascara, which having another mascara is a good thing. So I'll just put this to the side because then I have another mascara. It's nothing fancy and great and like a fabulous mascara, but it's a mascara. And then I got a lip gloss, which, it's an okay color. It's not a bad color. How's that look? It looks kind of orangey on camera, I think. I don't know. But it's not a bad color. So I'm not upset about that. I just wanted a freaking palette. Is that so hard? And then I got this Age Away Replenishing Cream, which is an indie brand, and I have no problems with indie brands. But I'm like, what is this, too? I had never heard of this, And then they didn't even give me a little card with the prices or anything in the box. So that was annoying. But then here's the kicker. Here is the kicker. So this was the premium box, which to me, this was very basic in comparison. Very, very, very basic. So I finally did get my base box, but I didn't get it when they told me I was going to get it. Orange can look good with blue eyes, depending on what your undertones are. And with what my undertones are, if I put on like too much orange, it looks absolutely horrible. And also it depends on my hair color too. So those things, like everything has to like jihad. I just used one of my mom's words. She would say that doesn't jihad, which means it doesn't go together. So it all depends. But a lot of the colors that I got that were orangey, April, they would look like ass on me. I mean, I just know. I look at them like, that's just not going to work. Anywho, so my base box was supposed to have been delivered on Friday. And because, I'm excited. I'm getting it, right? So I go online. It's like, oh, it's delivered. So what do? I go outside. I look at, because the building I live in an apartment, but it's one building. And on each end, there are gates. And then there's a front door, and the front door only goes to my apartment and my next door neighbors. And you have to have like a key to get into it. So it's not like, a delivery person can open it up and put something in there. But I look outside of the front door of the building, no box. I go look at both of the gate entries, no box. And I'm like, okay, it says that it delivered. It has not been delivered. And so I'm writing to, Boxycharm, which there's not a number to call. And right now I know #coronavirus and all of that, but your customer service should be set up better. Well, it ended up arriving yesterday, but it said that it arrived on Friday at 11 in the morning, and it didn't, which I think that, don't say something is delivered, because guess what? The customer is going to think it's delivered, and it wasn't. But I did get a palette in it, and I'm not upset with this palette because there were 10 different Zova palettes that you could get. And this one is rose gold. And I'm wearing it right now. And I don't know if this lighting is doing it justice, but I think it's a nice palette. It's a nice neutral palette. So I'm glad I got this. But I really don't know if I want to stay with Boxycharm. And this goes back to February. And the reason why I'm really upset with Boxycharm is because thank you, Victoria. This one is nice. The reason why I'm upset with Boxycharm specifically is, you can do add-ons. So in February, I ordered an add-on, and it was called the Butter Something Goddess. It was a small palette, like 6 colors in it, and it was like for $6. So I'm like, $6? This looks cute. I have yet to get it since February. I wrote them. They reordered it for me. Never got a tracking number. It never arrived. Other add-ons that I got did arrive. Everything else has arrived except for the thing that I ordered in February. And I've written to them again. I am like, where is this? What is up with this? And that's why this month I didn't do any of the add-ons because I don't trust them. And February was the first month that I did anything with Boxycharm, and my first impression is I can't even get something I ordered. I think that's just crappy. I just think that's crappy. So in my conversation with Monica, I think what I'm going to do, because I think I'm going to, I want to try the, what's it called? The Luxe box again, which I get another one in June. So I might want to wait until then, but I really want to get a Jeffree Star palette. And I just saw, Monica, I don't remember, who was the guy that I was just telling you that we both like with the throne guy? The throne guy, I don't remember who he is. She and I watch a lot of the same YouTubers. But anyway, apparently there was kind of like this kind of little bit of a reveal by Jeffree Star talking about, because he was supposed to have a palette come out in April and hashtag coronavirus. He's not doing that, And Renee, it really depends on what you get, because the palettes that I've gotten, there's usually like 1 or 2 products in there that makes it worth it. And I kind of like just being able to try different things. And I will say all of the palettes that I've gotten blend pretty well. And I like that. Yeah. Okay. Victoria, you're bringing up a really good point about the rules for makeup. And that is something else. I was talking to Monica, viewer's choice. Okay. Yeah. That's the YouTuber viewer's choice. So I'm going to get back to viewer's choice, and I'm going to address what Victoria just said. That's the thing. Most companies, you can't wear like this vibrant eyeshadow because there's policies in place. There just are. So it becomes impractical to do that. So going back to viewer's choice, I was watching one of his videos before I came live, and he showed this little kind of like reveal a bit of Jeffree Star, which I think was from an Instagram story or something. Anyway, so something will probably be coming out from Jeffree Star in, I think he said May. And I really do want to try some of his stuff, because from all of the people I've seen try it, it seems to be just like incredibly malleable, just like blends really easy. Now, the only problem that I do have sometimes is that I don't know if I'd be able to wear all the colors, and they're pretty pricey. But I still want to get it because the packaging and everything about it, I mean, he takes a lot of care with that. And so I think that's really cool. And I have mad respect for any man who can put on makeup like that and make it look so flippant amazing. I know what you're talking. Yes, the colorful. Yeah, I mean, I like to play around with it, Victoria, and put like little pops and play with it. But, it's not very practical for me. I'm going to be 56 next month. Yeah, 56. So yeah, long in the tooth. So this kind of brings me up to marketing stuff, because I was, when I was watching Viewer's Choice, and I think he started talking about Jaclyn Hill and then the drama with James Charles and stuff. There's always drama going on. But anyway, there's a lot of makeup brands that are not releasing anything everything. And let me tell you, I've got a lot of respect if anybody who does marketing isn't pushing their shit right now. Because right now, it goes back to people are looking for what? It's called things that are essential. Have you not seen the food lines? People needing food. A lot of people don't have their jobs anymore. Oh, that sounds nice, Victoria. Yeah, Danielle, he does do a lot of color and it looks great on him. But most people, like the average everyday person in everyday life, are not going to be able to do that. It's just not practical. I go back to it unless you're, like going out to the club, you're doing fantasy, you're doing a costume, there might be reasons to do it, but most people, it's just not going to work for it. It's just not. But so anyway, back to the whole marketing, because I'm sure you guys get, emails I'm getting emails from people that I didn't even know I was signed up for their crap. And I'm just like, unsubscribe, because if you're trying to push something on me right now, I'm just thinking you're an a-hole. I mean, I don't, it just feels like you're an a-hole if you're just being all pushy with your stuff. It's like right now, people need what's essential. I mean, my husband is home. He doesn't have a job. He'll have to be rehired, and I'm sure he will be rehired. Color, but yeah, well, I'll bet you a lot of places have, stopped manufacturing. But Jaclyn Hill just, mentioned something, and this is a good price. I saw this. I watched Rich Lux. He's a Houston guy. I don't know if you watch him or not, but apparently, of course, she teamed with Morphe because that's what Jaclyn Hill does. But her brushes are like 50% off right now. So if you do need brushes, that's probably something good to pick up. I've got enough brushes to like last 5 lifetimes, it feels like. Just saying. Okay. But I mean, really, just all the marketing things. I mean, I see some things pop up, and especially like people who are selling, I don't know. I mean, random things like earrings or, stuff. It's like, I don't need that right now. Or I've even had stuff for like courses. And I'm like, well, first of all, I'm going to think your courses are janky, I'm pretty sure. And third of all, no, because that's disposable money that people don't have right now to be able to do all that. But of course, MLMs, they're pushing for people to join their teams because now you can earn money because people are home, but people don't have the money to spend on this stuff because it goes back to needing the essentials. You just need the essentials, I mean, have people not seen like the runs on toilet paper? Now, myself, I did not hoard can't talk. I didn't hoard toilet paper. I'm always afraid that I'm going to run out of toilet paper. So even before coronavirus, if my husband was going to the store, he knows he better pick up toilet paper because I have this fear that I'm not going to have any. I know it's irrational. I know it's crazy, but I have a fear. So I always want like a big old huge, like 12 things of toilet paper, not 12, containers of it, but 12 extra rolls. That makes me feel comfortable. I feel like, okay, you know what? I feel safe. I have enough toilet paper. I know it's totally weird and bizarre, but that's just one of my things is I always want to have enough toilet paper. I mean, who would want to run out? And that was so bizarre to me when I saw everybody was running to go get toilet paper. It's like, leave enough for the next guy, please. Okay, what else was I going to talk to you guys about? Because I am completely rambling about stuff. And I would love to know, what is your perception right now about how people are marketing things? One of the things I have noticed is like my husband and I will watch the news, and I don't usually watch the news, but with hashtag coronavirus, I want to know what's going on in the world, And at the very beginning, commercials have changed so much because now it is like, what is it called? What is it called? Oh, contactless delivery. That's a thing. And I'm like, isn't that interesting with how fast, that was able to change? I found that very interesting. Oh, no toilet paper there. Yeah, there are a lot of people working from home. I'm really glad that people are working from home. I think the loom schemes, I think Monica did a video on that not too long ago, if I am not mistaken. Monica, if you did, let us know in the comments. And I did something on the Secret Sisters back at Christmas time. But in terms of people working from home, what I'm hoping will happen is that now these companies have been forced to let people work from home, that maybe they won't be all freaked out about it, and maybe they'll like change that up, because you know what? It's less expensive. People aren't having to drive in. I mean, maybe some good can come out of this in the end. That's kind of what my thought is. But I just the way, if somebody is trying to, I do like how car companies are going like, oh, what is it? Wisdom circles. Yeah, you did the video on wisdom circles. Oh, great. You're doing a collab with someone. That's so cool. Oh, I hope she is willing to come on camera. I know it's always hard to get people to do that. Hashtag, I haven't done a podcast in 3 weeks because hashtag people have canceled. Why do I keep saying hashtag? I just do. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Is how to support local businesses. Okay. This is what my husband and I have decided to do, because it's not like we have, a money tree. I'm working and, he's working on stuff, but he's not getting paid. He's getting unemployment. We did get him unemployment. Thank goodness. He's not one of those people that's desperately trying to get unemployment right now. Got that all in place. Danielle, I would say yes. You're right. I think a lot of schemes are more prevalent now. And that really bugs me, that people can be so slimy and come out and try to dip into people's, pocketbook when the world is in crisis. It really irritates the stink out of me. But back to supporting local businesses. So this is what we decided to do. Okay. My husband, his home bar is a place called, and I don't know if anybody here is from Houston or if you know but anybody in Houston. So this is a plug for a business in Houston because that's where I live. Anyway, the bar that he goes to is called, it used to be called just the Maple. Now I think it's called the Maple Pub. And on Tuesday last week, they were doing Taco Tuesday. So we supported them, and he went and we had to order tacos online, but they also had margaritas to go. We won't do that again because they were okay at best. And, because we got like little to-go bags or whatever, and then put the, tequila in there, and it was okay. But it wasn't anything really to write home about. It was like, okay. But we've decided that each week we are going to pick out a business, a restaurant in particular, because since he's in industry and there's so many people that work in industry not working, because, when things do go back to normal, think about this. People are not going to rush out to go to restaurants, not like before, because they're still going to have to kind of get caught up with any kind of disposable income to be able to go out. Now, of course, there are going to be people who are still making bank right now and they're just going along just fine, but there's plenty of people who aren't. So the expectation that anybody who is a bartender, a server, a som, or, it does anything in a restaurant, because right now the restaurant where my husband works, it's only the salaried people that are there. And it's not all of them. And they are getting paid half of their salary. So they're not getting the full amount because they're getting half. So they're still on the struggle bus too. Yes, they still have a job. They're just not being paid fully. So when everything goes back to whatever our new normal is going to be, I don't see there being this mad dash for everybody to go out to restaurants. I think it's going to be a much slower type of a thing. So right now, I think it's important that if there is a local restaurant, and I'm really talking about the mom and pop places, not the big chains. I just want to support the little guys. If the little guys just are always going to, tug at my heartstrings, because it's hard as a little guy. It's hard as a little guy to keep going, So if there's somewhere around you that is, maybe it is a coffee shop and they are still doing breakfast, maybe it's a burger joint, maybe it's a cool little pizza joint, whatever. If you can, just try to get one meal a week from somewhere local. That's it. So that's what we're going to try to do. I'm going to, I don't know what we're going to, maybe Good Dog. Good Dog is a hot dog place that's like the high-end hot dogs, if that's a thing, but they're really good. And so maybe we'll do that. There's a couple of other places. There's some barbecue places by us as well. That is like, okay, that's on our list to support, because we haven't done much of anything other than walking the dogs in the neighborhood. And I always go on a bear hunt. I have a bear hunt dance because I'm looking for the bears in the window, and I still see the same stinking bears. Why can't people be play along pals and stick some damn bears in the windows? I even have a bear in the window. I mean, it makes it fun. So that's what we do for entertainment is, me do the bear dance and then go hunt for the same damn bears that we always see. Yeah, we're exciting. What can I say? Oh, good. I'm glad you're getting takeout from a local small business. That's so good. Now, I do think we will see massive closing of restaurants, and that hurts me a lot. Now, the restaurant where my husband works, they did partner with HEB, which is a restaurant, which is a grocery store here in Texas. And so their turtle soup is being sold in, I think, 6 of the area HEBs. They have also been able to sell a lot of their bulk wine. But you know what? There have been some wine collectors. Now, it's something you probably don't know, but with different vineyards, depending on what they are, high-end vineyards, there's what's called allocated wine, meaning not just anybody can buy this, not just any restaurant can buy from them. You are given the opportunity to possibly buy wine, and you might be given, like, say, 3 allocations. I don't even know if that's worded correctly, but like you can get 3 bottles or you can get 1 bottle. And so if you don't get it that year, then the next year you don't get it. So there have been some wine collectors trying to come out and get allocated wines, and the restaurant's like, no, we're not going out of business. We're just trying to, keep our heads above water, so to speak. And his restaurant where he works, they've also, people have ordered, especially I guess on the weekends, ordered lots of takeout from them. So that's great. I'm really glad. So if you can support a local business like that and get something from a mom and pop restaurant, that can help them. I know here in Houston, there's a lot of places, a lot of restaurants that are donating meals to like hospitals and stuff so that people on the front line can have meals. I mean, there are things that we can do. If you can just do something just a little bit for something local, that would be great. I wonder what it's going to look like too, April, about the new normal. I don't expect, okay, I have worked, got to take a sip of my water. I have worked before and I hated it. I absolutely hated this. When I was doing instructional design in an office setting, and it felt like it was just in a pit because it would be like a great big huge open room, and it wasn't even like cubicles or anything. And I've also done it like in like a little cubicle form, and I can't stand that. I always felt like everybody was on top of me. Will corporations now do that same thing? Are they going to expect people to work that close to each other, or are things going to be put in place for social distancing? Will they do something like certain people work at home, I don't know, Monday and Wednesday, and then other people work at home Tuesday and Thursday when we go back to new normal, to put that social distance between people? And I even wonder that about schools, because at schools, when thinking about when I was a classroom teacher, I mean, my gosh, kids were practically on top of each other, Are we going to need to have things in place where there's more space? Because I think people are going to want more space. I'm not going to want to be on top of someone myself. I don't think anybody really wants to be on top of anybody right now. I really don't. Do you? I mean, would you feel comfortable going to work being, like if there's a cube and then a cube and a cube, would you be comfortable in that environment? Or would it make you feel like, oh my gosh, I might be getting somebody's cootie, sort of a thing, I agree. I don't know how to say your name. I'm just going to call you Stamp. Stamp, I agree. I think it will go to more work from home, and I hope that it does, because I remember when I interviewed after the cancer thing and a place didn't have any, work from home, and I was still going to my cancer doctors, I stopped the interview right then and there, because that just to me was nonsense. Nonsense. Victoria, you work in a hospital. What do you do in a hospital? And see, like for my husband, it's really funny because, during the day, he's a cellar master. He's also a sommelier. But as a cellar master, he's the one ordering all the wine, and then he organizes it throughout the entire restaurant and everything. And I was talking to him, and he was like, yeah, I'd be fine as long as I can just go up on the third floor and not be around anyone, because he doesn't want to catch anything from anyone. And even as a som, when he does that, at night, he would go from table to table. I wonder how that will change. I wonder if, like, table service, if there'll be like a station away to be able to open the wine so you're not on top of the table and stuff. I wonder how that will change. I'm really not sure. Oh, Victoria, thank you so much for everything that you do. Thank you so much for having that knowledge to be able to support people like me who are clueless about, like, I respect that so much. Thank you so much for, I guess, your service. We have a new 95. I'm glad you don't have the PPE shortage that other places do. I have designed training, a lot of PPE training. And so it's interesting now, because I think the world is going to know what PPE is. And before, they had absolutely no clue. Okay, N95, Victoria, can you tell me what N95 is? Because I honestly don't know. I'm thinking that's the type of mask that you need. Is that correct? Or am I like way off? Because I honestly don't know. Clueless. Clueless is me. Okay, staying sane in an insane world. Okay, here's something that, okay, I'm going to say I am very fortunate that the manager I have, when we had our one-on-one this week, she is like across the world. And she basically is like, look, if you need to like log off early or do something, basically giving me that opportunity to be able to do some more self-care. Because the thing is right now is, even if somebody is, a therapist, a licensed therapist, a psychologist, a psychiatrist, a social worker, or whatever, there is nothing in place for anybody in the world on how to deal with this. It's like people who provide mental health, their mental health is not stable either. We're all just, I feel this every now and then. I know I've mentioned it to Monica, is that I feel my fuse is very short, and I'm not even aware of how short my fuse is, but it's like anything can kind of set me off. And sometimes even like some of the comments I get sometimes when I think, like it wouldn't really bother me, and I'd just be like, oh, whatever. But I can see some things and I'm just like, a cat on a ceiling or something, just like, I just feel super tense. I'm wondering if you guys are feeling tense like that, like extra tense. Like just, and there's no way to sort it out. There's absolutely no way to sort it out, because we don't know what the end game is. There's not like, and there's this push right now for things to go back to, regular. I know in Florida, people are on beaches, and I'm like, oh, hell no, I can't imagine doing that. Use plastic gown and okay, so the mask is the most, okay, it is a mask, okay. All right, thank you for explaining what that is, because I had no clue, Victoria. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, Monica and I have talked about our fuses being short, because, and I think people don't even realize that, because I think we're all so touchy on everything, because this is unprecedented. I mean, and I hope this never happens again. But how do you, because there's people that are dealing with their kids at home and they're trying to, work, if they still have work from home, and they're trying to do the homeschool. I mean, it's like there's so much going on that it's like, how do you juggle all of that mentally? And there's sometimes when I wake up and I can just feel it where I'm just like, I just feel it come over me. For me, when it happens, like during the day, it's almost as if I feel like something washes over me. It's like almost this rage washes over me, and I just feel the tension mount. And there's nothing I can do to shake it off other than to try to walk away. And it's very uncomfortable. And I'm thinking, you know what? If I feel like that, other people have to feel like that too. They have drone footage showing there's no one on the beaches. What? But my friend told me. Okay, so why am I seeing people are there, Monica? Because I've seen pictures where they're saying people are there. Amanda, I bet your stress level is going up. And that's the thing is, like the people who are on the front line, my God, I'm having enough trouble coping. I can't imagine dealing with what you're dealing with, however long a shift is, I'm guessing 12 hours. That has got to be, oh my God, it's like, I don't know if there's enough Xanax that would keep me sane, it has to be incredibly difficult. And that's the thing is, even when this is all over, who's going to take care of who? All of our mental health is just shot to shit, and I just really think that the thing that we can do is try to be gentler and kinder to other people, with however that is. And I think I said this in a video that's coming up, but I'm going to tell you guys, it's kind of like, imagine, and I'm not saying you guys are doing this. This is just a global general statement, because, I do get some shitty comments sometimes on stuff. I put myself out there on the internet, that's going to happen. But imagine if everything people put on the internet, on social media, then they get together with their grandmother, their mother, their family, or whoever, and everybody could see everything that they have commented. Would people make those same comments if everybody could see it, Because it's real safe when you are a no-name person and you can just say whatever you want. And I think sometimes people are doing that because they have no control over anything right now, and they're feeling tense themselves. And I feel like they're just like, lashing out. These are just Alonda's random thoughts, 8 hours picking up extra days. No, I don't see a huge problem as long as social distancing is happening. What I fear, Stamp, is that people will get too comfortable in groups and start, getting a little bit too close together. And that's going to be something very difficult to police, But I do think it goes back to really, I want people overall to be kinder and gentler to each other. Something that I've been doing, on chat during the day with my team is I am so corny, guys. I find like really corny, stupid jokes. They're horrible. They're horrible jokes. And I will find them and I'll pop them into like the team chat just to kind of lighten it up. Or I'll find like, a dog video or, something silly, and I'll pop it in there to just try to help people to diffuse, because I don't think we don't have a way to diffuse. We don't have a way to cope with this because we're all going through it at the exact same time. And I don't know what you're going through exactly. You don't know what I'm going through exactly, but we're all dealing with this immense amount of uncertainty, Oh, wow. They're wearing donated stuff. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah. Okay, the patients and staff are really okay. So they are better off than what's being reported, Victoria. See, that bothers me. That really bothers me. That it's like, okay, are we getting the correct information? Is it being blown out of proportion? I honestly, I'm not saying I have an answer for this, but I mean, come on, drama sells, doesn't it? People want to see something that's sensationalistic, no matter what it is. People are all over anything that's like, oh my gosh, did you see that? Did you hear this? You know what I mean? So I do kind of wonder, will we find out after the fact what the truth is? Because there's going to be some documentaries made on this and some movies made on this, in probably like 5 years from now or something. But that's going to come out. And I think more stuff will come out, over time. Because the truth is out there, as they would say, the X-Files. I don't know if there's any X-Files fans here. I used to watch it. Cool net. Okay. Oh, so I wanted to tell you guys about being scammed by my friend, because I was going to do a whole video on this, but I'll just tell you the story. So, okay, I had this friend of mine. I've known her since I was 18, something like that. Back when I first started working in makeup, that's when I met her. Her name's Jamie, and I love her dearly. She doesn't live here anymore. But we know each other back of hand. So I didn't know if she was on Instagram or not. And so I got this, somebody started following me, and it was her name. So I'm like, okay, and I'll follow them back and all of that. And it ended up, it wasn't her. Let me see. Okay, yeah, here it is. So, all right. You see all these voice clips? That's me. Because she said, after she said, hello, how are you doing? Which initially I thought, oh, that's kind of weird, because that's not really how she talks to me. Okay, whatever. Maybe, whatever. Maybe she's just new to Instagram stuff. I don't know. And so I sent her a voice clip of, just like me being me, just some stuff that she would know. And then I got to put on my glasses. I'm doing great and safe too. This coronavirus is really getting crazy crap. Crazy here, though. The government are really trying their best too, because they have already rolled out a special program, which I think you can benefit from too, just like I did. Have you heard about it yet? Which that is such a run-on sentence. And like I said, I know my friend and she knows me. And we know each other extremely well. She would never talk to me like that. I'm like, oh, you're a total scammer. So I started asking questions like, what street did you live on when I met you? What was your dog's name when I met you? What was my dog's name when you met me? What was my boyfriend's name? Where did you get married? Where did I get married? I mean, I just started sending all these voice clips off to this person because really, this is what you're doing. This is what you're doing. And plus it was terrible English, it was awful. But yeah, somebody basically stole my friend's, identity and, was trying to, and this wasn't just me. There were several of her other friends that they did the same thing too, which if you think about it, if you're just going connecting with people that they're connected with, do you not realize that maybe they actually know people? I know a lot of us don't know each other, but a lot of people actually know people they're connected with on social media. So I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. Anyhow, let's see. I think that's about it. Okay. Oh, I did want to recommend TV shows to you guys. Has anybody watched Money Heist? Because I love Money Heist. Money Heist is filmed in Spain, and then they dub in English, which is kind of awkward at first, but I got over it. The first season was amazing. I want to say there's 4 seasons, but it started off very, very kind of slow, low key. And it wasn't until Can't talk. Netflix picked it up in, oh gosh, was it last year? I honestly can't remember. Anyway, since it's gone onto Netflix, it's kind of like blown up. So if you're looking for something to watch, I really recommend Money Heist because I think it's fun. I like the characters. I find it just really interesting, just really interesting. Other things, well, obviously, if there's anybody who has not become a Walking Dead fan, I mean, you should watch The Walking Dead. I am a complete Walking Dead fan. I love The Walking Dead so very much. Although right now, since that's dealing with, zombie virus, that might be triggering. I don't know. Right now, and I usually wear horror. I usually watch horror movies, but right now it's like it's hard for me to watch that, because it's like I'm not finding much comfort in watching horror movies, not like I usually do. Oh gosh, I know another, this one is kind of more supernatural, and it deals with kind of like timelines jumping and stuff, and it's called Dark. And I want to say it's like a Norwegian show. I can't remember, but it's on Netflix also. I thought it was really, really, really good. So I recommend both of those. I have not been able to get into Ozark season 3. It's hard for me. I don't know about you guys, but it's hard for me to focus and concentrate. I have found it's easier sometimes for me to watch something on YouTube than it is for me to get involved in a show. Now, I did watch, because there were 3 episodes of How to Get Away with Murder, and I wanted to get caught up. I got caught up on that. I have not watched all the episodes of Better Call Saul, and I need to do that. And then there's some other show too. What is that other show? Crap. Oh, Schitt's Creek. I need to catch up on that because it's the last season. And I'm really going to be sad when Schitt's Creek is off. I'm really sad. Oh my God, 90 Day Fiance. Oh my God. Okay, you know what? You guys want to hear what I used to watch? Oh my gosh, I'm going to embarrass myself, and maybe somebody else watched it too. The Flavor of Love. Did anybody watch this? This is going back like when the early reality, hit, and like, oh gosh, what was the Rock of Love or whatever with Bret Michaels and stuff? Oh, and then I Love New York, and she was such a biatch. Oh my God, she was such a biatch. But all of that stuff, yeah, I watched all of it. Now my husband's not going to watch Tiger King. I watch Tiger King because I'm like, okay, I've got to watch this. I really do. I've got to watch Tiger King. So I did. But my husband just knows Tiger King from the memes, and he's looking at the memes going, oh, this looks awful. This just looks terrible. And, so he doesn't get it. If I kind of make any reference, nobody gets that. And you know what? I said cats and kittens long before Tiger King ever came out. I used to say cats and kittens all the time to my students because that way it was just very generic, Hey, cats and kittens. I've said that for years. And then Carol Baskin comes out and everybody thinks that I'm copying her, and I'm not. That's just me being me. Boom. Just me. And that's how it is. Well, guys, I think I'm going to get down on the go-go. See, that's another Alonda expression, get down on the go-go. Now, Monica has heard me say some things too, because there's just weird things that come flying out of my mouth, weird expressions. Some of them are not camera safe because, I try not to cuss on my channel, and I have got such a potty mouth. Good God, do I have a potty mouth? But I try to reel that in. I really try to reel that in case, like with any of my videos, somebody has some littles around or something. I don't want them to hear that. So I try to be mindful of that. Now, back when I was a teacher, I could turn it on and off like that. Kids would come into the lab, boom, nothing's coming out of my mouth. They leave F-bombs all over the place. Oh, don't have the password anymore. Ooh, we have Hulu. Also, the cactus thing. Yeah, my cactus sayings. Yeah. Thank you, Monica. I'm sure you'll start using that now because, they can be very appropriate. But on Hulu, I noticed all of a sudden, oh, this is something else I can recommend. Look, I get so excited. On Hulu, HBO is unlocked. And so I was able to watch, what is it called? Big Little Lies. I think it's that because Meryl Streep is in it. I mean, a lot of like big names. And so there's like 2 or 3 seasons of that. So if you have Hulu and you're looking for something to watch, Big Little Lies is really good. I really like that. It's, I mean, I'm not any of those women and they live on the Pacific coast, but I find it very relatable, just all very relatable in terms of, friendships sort of a thing. Okay, guys, I am going to get down on the go-go. Thank you so much for being here and listening to me just babble. And also thank you so much for being, a subscriber. I cannot tell you guys how much that means to me. I mean, it really means the absolute world to me. I can't believe that anybody wants to listen to what I have to say about anything. So I really appreciate it. So have an amazing night. Be safe. Take care of those that you love and just be kinder and gentler to other people. Try to take a deep breath, walk away, and even if they're being crappy to you, just still be kind. All right, take care. And I'll have a video. Oh, real quick video coming out on Tuesday. This is a true crime story that has always weighed heavily on my heart. And I hope you'll watch it, because it's something that there's someone I want you to think about on Earth Day instead of like Earth Day. There's someone that I always remember on Earth Day. So have a great night. And again, thanks for being here. And I'll see you later. Bye.